What's good? What's good, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? Tonight, huh? Look, I'm all discombobulated. I got two boys. They both going off in the background. So if you hear some mini melon mics going off in the background, that's them. That's them rumbling and tumbling upstairs. I got a 3-year-old and a 6-month old, and so they kind of go crazy. They love each other. That one up there I'm sure just did a backflip off the couch just now. Um, but welcome in to the Melon Report. I am Melon Mike. If you don't know who I am the community manager for the Melon app. So if more than likely, if you're talking on social media, right, V, if you're talking on social media, it's probably me or even Dom, or if you're in the Facebook group, in our Facebook community, especially, that is me as well. And if you're not a part of the Facebook community group, you can get to it by either going to the Melon app Facebook page, or I'll put the link in the chat right here for you. There you go. You can join the community there. Just make sure you answer all the questions and you get right in. Or if not, if something is wrong with the application, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. That's me giving you responses because Facebook has graced us with information to or the ability to tell you why the application may have messed up. So again, bots are stingy, but just make sure you're doing the things that they is asking you to do. Welcome in, Kryptonite. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff on my show notes today. As requested, you know, I think some of the team was looking at me doing my previous Melon reports, and they were like, "Huh, you sure are sharing your screen a lot," which I don't mind doing, but it's a lot of ums and ahs and stopping and starting. So today I got a lot of assets ready for us to use to kind of help smooth that over. So I'm gonna run through some of those when I'm explaining some of this stuff. But we've been busy. We've been busy. I hope y'all been busy too. Tilo, what's going on? How have y'all streams been going, by the way? How y'all been liking the app? How's it been treating y'all? Because I know y'all been talking to me on the Facebook community group, and I've been responding to y'all. But how y'all streams been doing? Also, that reminds me about y'all streams. So every Monday, I'm starting this thing called Melon Mondays, where from you post a clip, your favorite clip from your stream from the previous week. That could be from the weekend. Heck, that could be from 2 weeks ago. We just want to see how y'all using the app, what y'all doing, loving the background music. Hey, I know it took us a long time to get it, but I'm glad we get it. I'm glad you liking it, and we are gonna keep fine tuning it. So make sure that if you run into any hiccups, just let us know. But like I said, Melon Mondays are gonna be just post a clip. Post a clip from your stream. We want to see how you're doing. We want to see what you're doing. Um, and on Sundays, uh, admittedly, I'm not at my computer much on Sundays. Sundays is a family day, but I do check in every now and again. So we will do something similar, but we're gonna want to know like what were your successes on the previous week on the previous streams. So just let us know. We really are interested in wondering how you guys are using the app. What are you finding good about the app? Where are you getting your wins from? Because we want to be able to push our community and push you guys to grow as much as we can. Hence why we got the multi-streaming aspect of the thing, and why we make it so easy to use and really listen to y'all. And if there's because within all of that, if there's something that we find that maybe we need that we're missing or we're lacking on, we more than likely will probably find it within those clips. Like we might see something that you don't see. So, like I said, just post it up there for us to see, and then we'll kind of move from there. But again, that's in the Facebook community group, so do that. Uh, let's see, personal background music. Background music, is my personal favorite. Let me put that on stream. Look at that. I love that. I love that. Also, while we on it, let's get started on the list. Emoji support. As you can see, emojis are showing up on my screen. You can put emojis in the chat and also from what I've seen in the title. So let me share what that looks like. So here it is. I just had to remember how I was going to do it. There we go. I could drag and drop that. So the way I'm doing this now is and this is a little mini hack. I am uploading an image as the logo, and I can drag and drop and move this around. So little hack for you guys. So as you can see, when you're making your title, you can click on that little emoji over there. You can add them in the title. You can add them in the description, and then you can kind of just go from there. Uh, we've gotten a lot of feedback on this, oddly enough, because what would happen is that either they would error out on like when you try to go live, so it error out because it was emoji was in your title and the API didn't recognize it, or two, it would just show up as boxes. And we've seen that before. So like if you're on an Android and Apple is using some of their Apple exclusive emojis and you get it over and you just see in boxes because it can't register it, or even like I would say even on Twitch. Twitch is the one that I have experience with that with. Sometimes I want to use emojis in my stream titles, and I go to Twitch and look at it on the site itself, and it is not apparent, and it is like some kind of string of text that I don't know, some kind of code, and I don't want to see that. Welcome in, Caleb. Hey, Caleb, I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm glad you're on the road to recovery. We had Caleb on, I think, 2 streams ago, and it was a great time. Again, if you want to be on the stream, let me know. I might just start reaching out to some of y'all that I know that use it because I feel like the people that would want to be on the stream probably doing things content creation wise at the time that we're doing our stream. So, and maybe not seeing this, call to the altar, so to speak. So I'll reach out to some of y'all that I know are using it, some of our power users I know are using it from the community, starting like literally after the stream, and see how that goes. Let's see. And then what we have next? Oh, so we have Twitter destination. So, as you guys have known, Periscope went down back in March, I believe. Back in March, it went down, but because of the way the API was set up, it was still allowing you to stream to it as long as you had a Periscope account created prior to it shutting down. But now you can't even do that. So what we were doing in the meantime, we were having you use a custom RTPM to either go live using that destination source, and that was only available to like standard and pro, or if you I think that was the only way. Yeah, that was the only way. And you would get the RTPM from Twitter itself. So you go in the back end of Twitter from the Creator Studio and get the RTPM code and put it in and kind of go from there. Now, based off of not only demand, but I just think we just needed to have it as well because it is a very popular social media platform. You can stream to it directly. So let me get this off the screen, and I'll have a video by none other than Veronica, our QA lead, showing you how to do that. 1 second. Uh-oh. Veronica, they got your socials now. Now they gonna show up to your Twitter streams. Be putting emojis in the chat. Quick question. Some fans of mine are asking whether the background music on the free plan or just play. I believe, Rana, correct me if I'm wrong. I think you can use it with the free plan as well. Yeah, because it's literally just a shared. It's a shared media. So you go to share background audio and then just add it. But correct me if I'm wrong. I'm feeling a lot better. I have been released from isolation and all feeling a lot better. Thanks for the awesome support. No problem, Caleb. Let's see. I'm just reading, make sure I'm not missing things. You said, "Welcome in, Alex." Okay. So I think we have another thing. Okay, another thing that users are reaching out about. So when you have non-video using participants or people that just don't want the camera on, so what would happen is that, especially for guests in this experience, you would have like your initial or whatever the first initial of your Melon account was that you use to sign up for Melon or use to get into the stream with. It would just use the first initial of the other, and that'll be your icon and avatar, right? Um, so now you can upload custom avatars, and so but to do that as guests, and so again, video ready, and this is pretty quick. I'll show you how it's straight to the point, and I think I did it recorded it slow enough for you to see. There we go. So users would go to, let me pause it. Users would go to their settings over here from the menu in the top right. They go to menu, go to settings, name, and then here you can upload an image. Now you use those, obviously those prerequisites there to upload an image, but now you don't have to have that initial, that you can have something more personal to you. Um, what was So what it was using, if you were a Melon account holder, or if you were the host, because it was only available for the host. What would happen is that you would, if you didn't have your camera on, it would just use whatever your logo was or your profile picture was within the settings of Melon. So from the actual menu settings, from the back end, so we just use that. But now again, and I think that's available to the host as well. So again, that came straight from the Facebook community group. So again, if you're not in that Facebook community group, here it is again. I hit it. I hit it too many times. Make sure you join that, and then again, just give us your input. Accept all input. I bring that straight to the engineers, straight to the devs, and we kind of look at and see what we can do to resolve a problem, or if it's something that we need to implement. So let's see. Hi. Are there plans? Welcome in, Angel. Their plans include web browser source and OBS, or as in OBS or Streamlabs. Now we have gotten this request in the past. We have gotten this in the past, and I have brought it to our team's attention, and it is in our on our pipeline. But as far as like how fast we get that out, I'm not for sure, because again, there's only been like a few users that's been recommending it, but it's definitely on our radar, most definitely. And I think us being a streaming platform, or us being a streaming app, that is something that's common within streaming apps, like like you said, Streamlabs, OBS, or just straight up OBS Studio. Um, and it's something that we may need to investigate in the future for the app. So definitely on our radar though. Um, new layouts, new layouts. I love talking about layouts, and I got my favorites. I got my favorites. Let me put this on screen. This one right here. I love this one. My chair is sinking, so excuse me while I go to the upper room. Um, this one has been my favorite. Recommended site for free background music. So where we get our background music from, or where I get my background music from, I get it from the YouTube royalty free library, and I can get a link for you, and I could put it in. Let me see. So you can get to it by going to your Creator Studio and YouTube, and then going down, and on the left side on the panel it says Audio Library is there. Um, and I don't know if I don't think this link will work for you. Yeah, I don't think this link will work for you because it's associated with my account. But that's where I get the background music for like our clips that we do on Twitter and then and YouTube and Instagram. We get them all from there. Let's see. Can't wait till guests are allowed to regulate chat comments on screen. So like getting like admin controls and moderation controls. So that is on the way. That is definitely on the way. And I actually just talked about this in particular. I talked about this morning. So actually not this morning, late yesterday. It was late yesterday because I had another different user on in our community group. Again, I keep referring to our community group because that's where we get a lot of suggestions for this app. They wanted to use it so they can monitor a bunch of different facets of the company in one place and have users kind of associate, kind of manage that. So definitely something that we're that's in our minds and on our actual checklist to get done. So no worries in that regard. Let's see. I used some new layouts on tonight's stream. It was amazing. Okay. So I got a video for that. So again, man, I be in the studio. I'm trying to tell you, I'll be in this Melon studio. I'll be recording. I'll be making new stuff for y'all, man. I'll be trying to make sure it's easy to use. I can explain it to y'all. And so the streams are smooth. Let me get this video up for you, man. I do this, man. Hold on. So you may or may not have noticed a notification that went out yesterday, I believe. We launched, you know what? 4 more. My mixer got the audio off. 1 second. There's a notification that went out yesterday, I believe. We launched 4 more layouts. So if you look over here in the top right in your notifications under the bell, if you click on the bell, 4 new layouts going live. So let me show you how to utilize these layouts. So there are certain requirements that need to be met to use certain layouts. If you've used Melon, you know, and it'll even tell you down here when you go on others, if you hover over it, it'll tell you what you need to use those, or what prerequisites that need to be met in order to gain access to those. And so they're only going to suggest the ones that you're capable of doing with what's on the stream canvas right now. This is one new layouts here. Big Melon mic and 2 little Melon mics down here, and you could drag and reorder however you like. So let's say you have a user that is speaking and you're not talking right now, you can kind of rotate them up to the top. Or if there's something that you have planned, so you know that you have a script that you're following, maybe you're doing like a read along, or maybe you're doing like a thing where you have guest speakers and you really want people to see your reactions and the other guest reactions to the guest speaker, you can move them up to the forefront right here while still keeping your stuff down here and engagement. Now don't get too distracted by my doppelgangers down here. So for the next layout, you need at least 4 participants. It is going to be this one right here. So now you can have 2 big guest speakers and then 2 on the bottom, you know, for your reaction, to see the faces and see how people are reacting to whatever story you're telling. Maybe you're telling a joke and you want to see some reaction, you want to get some feedback, or maybe you're telling a story and you want to make sure you're not boring them, but hey, it comes with the territory. So our next one takes up to 5 participants. So it's going to be this one right here. We can have 2 of the kind of cropped large faces here, and then 3 of the participants over here. So this is up to 5 as a minimum. This one's really great. I like this one a lot. So this layout right here, this layout was my favorite of the last ones that we've added, and I still use it when I share screen on stream to show you guys things. But here's another one. Picture in a picture. This is new. Look at that. Look at that. Let me scoot my chair over. So let's say you're doing like a news report. You could be like, yo, look at this over here. Look at this. It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can do. I can see some interesting things being done with this right here. But yeah, that's it with the new layout. So I hope you guys like them, and I can't wait to see what you guys do with them. Impressive, man? Huh? Yeah, yeah. V likes that one a lot. V likes that one. Like she was saying that in our Slack yesterday. Like she really likes that one. So yeah, picture in picture. Because here's the thing: if you do podcasts, right? If you do podcasts or if you do like news related things or even if you do like pop culture related things, sometimes the topic of what you're speaking, you want to have like a visual cue for some people to look at. And I just think of how I would have used that back when I was doing podcasts like regularly. Like, okay, we're talking about such and such. We're talking about this. We're talking about this game over here. Are we talking about this movie over here? We're talking about Spider-Man because when Spider-Man got dropped for the MCU for like a month, I was going through it and I was talking about it every single day. So to have Tom Holland right here while I was talking, crying on camera, that would have been perfect. But I didn't have it. I don't even think I was streaming at the time. But now, knowing what I know, retro hindsight is 2020. It'd be good to have that now. And if I want to move forward and make and bring back the podcast to do stuff like that, I'm definitely going to be utilizing that. Definitely because I could just see the value in it. What up, Redo? What up, Boxing Ninja? Uh, let's see. Um, right, overwork. Crip, I like to hear that. So, another thing that we've added is, and this is more like quality of life, that you do picture in picture with guests. So it's only for shared screen. However, I believe there is a picture in a picture. There's a version of picture in picture layouts for two guests. Um, Let me see if I can. That's a great question. Let me see if I can add that here. Let's see. So this is the version of it right here. So it'll be something like this. Um, Oh, two participant plus screen sharing. Well, hey, let's try it. No, okay. So at least not for just two right now. And V, you can correct me if I'm wrong, if I missed it or something like that. And V, I keep talking about Veronica because Veronica's our QA lead. Um, and usually I'm just in this thing in this studio by myself, but that'd be a good thing to test. Uh, I have an idea that I believe could help. Could you please disable levels? Okay, so I had brought I think it was you that suggested in the community, and I did bring again. I brought that to the attention of our engineers as well. Let's see. I want to say big thank you on the Melon team, the background music feature in picture with the guests. I'm just catching up with chat. Sorry, guys. Okay. Quality of life update for our billing info. You can now update the billing info from your settings. So it'll look something like this. I made sure I download the right one so it's not showing everybody's address. Okay. So if you go to, let me scoot over. So if you go to billing from the settings in the top right, you can now update your info as pictured here on the bottom right. So, and this is a screenshot of a screenshot, so that's what the quality's down. But update your bill info, and you can update your address, your payment method, and thing like that. I believe. So I think I'll just say address because I think you update the playing method under payment method. So yeah, just the address and stuff. So again, this is a quality of life thing that we've added, just to make it easier for you. Um, let's see. The only thing left I have on the docket now is G2 review. So if you haven't participated in the G2 review, and I know we're having a delay on getting those reviews and rewards out just due to the I know some of y'all submitted like a month or two ago. If the if the review is approved, then you will get I think it's $25 gift card, Amazon gift card. So make sure you fill out. I have the link right there. Oh, nope, not that one. Ignore that. Don't come in here. Ignore that. Ignore that. That's user error. That's the link. Uh, that's the link. So that Bitly link is the link to get to the G2 review. Uh, love that, Caleb. Let's see. Can we get a gen login other than access control instead of on linking the login to your YouTube account? Gamer, can you explain that a little bit better? Uh, Not better. Can you explain that a little bit more for me? 'Cause maybe I'm getting lost in that description. Are you meaning like the straight email login? No more than 5,000 characters allowed for scheduled posts. 1,500 at the moment, Veronica says. Yeah. So you have a co-host, simulcast. So you want to link more than one YouTube account at a time, or go live to one or more YouTube account at a time. Let's see. Like log in with social media account, YouTube account, unlike other competitors who use email six-digit code. Let me put that on the screen. I have a co-host and we simulcast. So you want to go to live to two different YouTube accounts at once? Am I understanding you correctly? I'm sorry for the stall and the confusion. If they want to control, they need access to my YouTube credentials. Oh, okay. So you want them to have admin controls? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, Cyborg. That's what I'm thinking. Uh, yeah, got it. Okay. So again, that we kind of mentioned it earlier in the stream, in case you missed it, but that is something that we were working on, and it's something that's been requested as well. So again, and that's been requested for a long time, actually. So I'm not sure where it is on the priority list, and I say priority list because we do things like there's a couple of factors that take in on how fast we get stuff done, and I don't want you to think that we're just saying, "Oh, we got it on the list and it'll come eventually." But no, these things are going to come. These are going to come because we need them. We need your mods to be able to do the things they need to do to protect you and your community and your content. So it's something that has to be done. So So something with Melon directly, just have live video for live videos. Great idea. Let's see if I have anything else that I missed. That's it. And I think we kind of just slid into the Q&A just organically. So like we'll continue to take I'll continue to take questions and answers as long as y'all need me here. So because I already done picked up my son from school, so we good now. You got me. And again, did I put that in here? Let me get that here. I know a lot of y'all that are here right now are already in the group, so but I'm gonna put it in here anyway to get y'all to join again. Let's see. Do we have a Willow? We do have a Willow. You know what? We also have this as our link to our socials and all as well. So if you're not using Willow, it's our version, it's a Streamlabs version of Blinktree. Super dope. You can customize it however you want. Um, I use it for my personal stuff. It's really cool. So let's see. On tonight's stream, there were a few times where the whole panel dropped and came back in. So it could be that, Caleb. It could be in conjunction with the storms and the bandwidth and the connection to what you were doing, what you were going through. Because again, this is all web based. So if you're having situations where it's actually affecting the internet, then Melon will be affected as well. But um, if they were being dropped, that sounds like to me like, huh? If they dropped from the stream itself, like came off the panel, so did they leave completely, or did they just kind of like drop back to the waiting room and then come back on real quick? Because if they dropped completely, then we know it's a connection issue. But if they got dropped and it was sitting in a waiting room, then that's a different thing. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. I think I got everything on my notes, but Caleb, I know it's pretty early for you over there too. But uh, what time is it for you over there in Australia? Let me get over here. So everyone's back in the waiting room. Okay. Let me bring this up to, and I think V's still in here. Let me bring this up to the team and let me see what they think about it. Actually DM me Caleb and kind of let me know. You said it was last night's stream. I can kind of look. I probably can look into and see um if there was some kind of like fluctuation going on from the back end and kind of this is the team there. So then when it took me back on, I just added them all back. Yeah, Melon is awesome. I interview a lot of orthopedic surgeons, and I bet they'll start using Melon eventually for their patients, especially if they have admin help back at the studio. Definitely. I appreciate that. We appreciate that. Thank you for, using our app and recommending it to others. That's the thing. Like, it's one thing to like make an app and try to make it the best thing, but it's another thing like when people will vouch for you and vouch for the product and know that it's good and tell you that it's good. That's a whole different thing, and we appreciate that. Uh, uh, I know there's a Facebook group for Melon. I'll check it out. Hey, cool, cool, cool. Thanks, Cyborg. I have a suggestion as well. What's your suggestion? Thanks for that. Thank you for that, Caleb, for doing that and getting us that information as far as the timestamp and stuff. That helped. It's a great app, user friendly. Always add new stuff. Always, we try to keep adding new things just because not necessarily for like having a competitive advantage because it, we know what kind of market this is. I think that goes without saying, but we do want this to be the best version of us it can be. And a lot of that comes from you guys' input. So as long as y'all keep giving us suggestions and input and we think we can do it and we can do it fast, we're gonna knock them out. So let me put this up here. With banners, if you move a banner A to from banner A to B, there should be an option where the ticker moves from one to another automatically. So, like, okay, and let's see, let me continue to read. So where like it's linked and the banner is linked. Okay. So instead of like when you have banner A put together or made and you got banner B made, when you click to make the other one active, it goes out for a split second and then it brings the second one up. So what you wanted to kind of transition into banner B is what you're saying? I think this is similar to like a user recommended like a user recommended that we had like a timer to enable and disable them, and I wonder if that kind of encompasses that as well, where they could have them set to a certain time, and it's kind of hard when you're doing like a free form like kind of podcast or interview or thing like that where times are not set in stone. Like if you're having a discussion, if you're having people on, you having a discussion. There's no telling how long a topic may take based on like people's background and based on people's enthusiasm and based on people's actual knowledge of the subject. So you could have planned for it to be 10 minutes and wanted to move on, but it turned out to be 30 minutes. So you can't plan for that. But uh, having something that like having the ability to kind of link them or transition them, I think is a good suggestion. So and even if you felt like the conversation was winding down and you wanted to land the plane, you could the timers would still work in that regard because like you can be like, okay, this conversation's kind of dying. Let me put it on like 3 minutes, 3 minute timer, and then it'll change over because I think we need to move on. High pitched voice for no reason. Is gaming something on Melon's mind for streaming? I'm able to do mobile game with BlueStacks, but having the issue with the black screen to click over the video to swap back and chat. So gaming is on our mind, and um, full transparency, we have been trying to figure because the biggest thing about gaming. Sorry, that was a little bug flying around here. The biggest thing about gaming within Melon is is frame rate, and we know that. Like, I think we max out at like 30 frames. But really, to get the full game experience without the choppiness, we need to somehow implement 60 frames. And so, full transparency, we have been testing different methods to try to get that going. Um, Look, I tested Monster Hunter World on this thing, uh, and it looked okay, but admittedly, it did have a little bit of choppiness. But games like that, not too intensive, like let's say for instance, Guilty Gear Strive. I don't know if you're familiar with that as a fighting game. It's kind of 2.5D. It runs smooth on it, and I'm able to share the screen, obviously share the sound, and it runs it, and I don't see any frame drop in that regard. But Monster Hunter World is very, very like it bogs down. It can slow down your computer without streaming. So imagine you putting that on the strain on your computer and then streaming with a high res patch on, and it was like it was viewable. It was watchable when I was testing it, but if I'm streaming that, if I want to stream that for like my community, if I want to stream that on Twitch or like on YouTube or Facebook, it's not something that I will like. It's not something I would want to represent me, and this doesn't take some fine tuning by us to get it right. And we're like again, it's on our mind. It's in our. We're working on it, but we don't have anything to show for it right now. If that makes sense. But we are doing some internal tests to try to get there. So it's definitely on our mind. Yeah, Cyborg. It's always on the weirdest topics. It's always on the weirdest subjects or like you like, okay, I just thought I'd bring this in because it's like it's trending, I guess. We brought it up on a news topic, and then we asked a question like, what's your favorite food? And then they go into like their favorite food and the reason why there's a favorite food and the reason why their mom made it their favorite food and their great grandpa was like, this is why it's your mom's. I'm like, I got an hour to 30 minutes. I don't want to spend it here on spaghetti and meatballs. I've created a great live stream show note template on my site, show note document. Very good to have. It is very good to have. And I do show notes for this one too, and I kind of run it by uh I run it by Veronica and Dom and just let them know like what I'm gonna be talking about and if I miss anything. Um because if it's something that we've added, I would say 100% of the time it is something, and if 99.9% of the time, because nothing's 100%, Veronica has tested it thoroughly, and she's the one that sees everything. Everything, every new feature goes to her before it gets to me. So I always check in with her to make sure that like things are that I have the things that I need to bring to y'all correct, and making sure that I'm explaining them correctly. And if I don't understand something, I'm asking her. So again, she's our QA lead. Shout out to her for making everything easier for all of us. Oh, she always explains it in a way, because I'm a very simple man. But got sometimes you gotta explain it in layman's terms, and she knows she's very good at doing that for me, and I appreciate you, V. I did an interview once with Bella. It was meant to be 30 minutes with you. But Caleb, we have fun though. That's different because it's like there's really no time limit on here. Because sometimes the streams today, like sometimes the Melon Report can last 20 minutes, sometimes it can last 30 minutes, or like today, this is probably one of our longer streams. It can last 43 minutes just because you know we're asking questions, we're talking, we're having a conversation. And that's what it's about. Like y'all, y'all make us great, and we try to hear y'all out and try to be a part of because we want to be a part of the community as well. And a lot of us are using this for our personal stuff too. So um, yeah, we want to know how y'all using it and how y'all feel about it and kind of encourage y'all to kind of communicate with us like we want to communicate with y'all. So, but Caleb, you know that. Let's see. Oh, okay. Look, Caleb, I was like, yo, I like our interview was long, but I didn't like it didn't feel like it was long until I was like going back and trying to get clips from it. I'm like, yo, we was on for a little bit, I think. I was trying to get clips from it. So let's see. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I think so. Are there any more questions or suggestions for us that we haven't talked about? Just so I can I think oh make sure I didn't miss any things here. Okay. It was long, it was really fast. It was the first time trying something. There's always gonna be hiccups. Yeah. But that's the thing. Like you learn from mistakes, and if you don't make any mistakes, you can't get better. And that's just with anything, not just streaming, not just content creation. That's life. You learn from failure. So, uh, I think I think I'm gonna wrap up. I think we good. If you have any more questions, again, join the Facebook community. Reach out to us. I'm gonna put our link tree here, our Willow. I'm gonna put our community group up here again. I done linked it like 30 times. But y'all gonna see that. Um, no problem, Cyborg. Let's see. I know the no comp has this, but any possible way to have transitions from scene like screen share to solo shot? Okay. Let me add that to the list. Let me add that. I'm gonna type that on my show notes here. Transitions, because this came up. This actually is a feature that came up early in the life cycle of Melon, but I don't think it came up too much after. Not as much as like background music, not as much as um like streaming to LinkedIn, not as much as like green screen to green screen for guests, which we released last week or 2 weeks ago. But let me put that in the notes here because I do recall that when I was doing customer support, I do remember that coming up. So transitions. You want it per scene? Do you want it per scene, or do you want it like? Are you looking for more like? You looking for global or like single transitions? I should say. Like, I, let me put that fade wipe star. Global fade in, fade out. Got it. Perfect. All right, I got that written down. Traditions for scenes within Melon, fade, wipe, star, global, fade in, fade out. I'll get it to him. I'll get it over to him. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Oh, how you doing, Happy? Welcome in. As we wrapping up, if you missed any stream, we will be we do wrap ups, so we do like a kind of summary of the streams that we've had. We post those videos on YouTube. Obviously, the entire stream can be found in our VODs on Facebook, YouTube, and we are now streaming to Twitter as well, now that we have it as a native destination. So uh if you miss anything there, you can find we'll make some short digestible bites for you in the form of clips or in the form of YouTube videos. And if let me get our, I think our YouTube is within our Willow, and I'll get that Willow again for you. Or you know what? There we go. That's our YouTube. Update that. That reminds me. Let me put that on my notes too. We have well enough to change our YouTube name to just be our regular URL. Update. Okay. Yeah, but that's it. That's it for me, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all stay safe out there. Keep streaming, and remember on Saturday, on Sundays, um, we may play with that day for the success. We may do that on Saturdays. I'll give you a little bit of time. But look for the post in the community for Sunday successes, and then on Mondays, post want to see your clips from the previous week. So if you streaming and you got some clips that made you laugh, were inspirational, or you think that really showed the value of your stream, post them underneath the post that I put on Mondays. So it's gonna be Melon Monday, and we want to see them. Like I said, this week I was just announcing it, so I really wasn't looking to see any clips there. But Come Monday, let's see what you got. Let's see what y'all was doing during the week, man. And it doesn't matter at what point that they came from, like the time period. If you like them, if you love them, if they're yours, especially if you've done them with Melon, post them underneath that post on the Facebook community group, and we love to see them. We really would. But y'all have a great day. Y'all have a great weekend, and I'm out.